My name is Dobos, and I'm a Silva Method Instructor, an abundant scientist, and coach. And this video is about why I became a Silva Method Instructor and what was it about the course that changed my life. Funnily enough, where I was living, the Silva Method was an extremely popular self-development program. However, I was a little cautious of actually jumping in and taking the program. So I sent my two sons, at the time 11 and 9 years old, to go to the course. Funnily, a stretch in the first day. I woke them up in the morning and got them all set to go to the course, but they were really reluctant. Anyway, funnily, we got in the car, we got to the course about 15-20 minutes early. I introduced them to the instructor and they went inside. Once they were comfortable and I felt good that I could leave them there for the day, I left, only to return at night with the kids not wanting to come home. They said they had so much fun, it was so amazing, that they wanted to stay and help the instructor set up for the next day. So I did. We waited another hour or so by the time they fixed up everything, and finally got the kids in the car and went home. Although the kids were excited, they didn't really share too much about what went on that day until the next morning when they came into our bedroom at 6:30 in the morning and they started to wake me up, shake me, "Come on, Dad, let's go. I want to go to the course. I want to go to the course." I look at my watch and say, "It's 6:30. It doesn't start for another 2.5 hours. No, we want to go. We talked to the instructor. She's going to wait for us early." So we got our stuff together. We had some breakfast. We got there for 8 o'clock. And the kids were so excited to go in, they didn't even want me to come. So after leaving the kids there again, the parents were allowed to come in about 3 hours before the course ended, and the kids did a presentation. They basically showed off the skills that they had learned in those 1.5 days. The kids were so passionate, they were so excited, and they were so relaxed inside when they were doing the presentation that I was awestruck, and I knew at that moment that I have to go and experience this for myself. So the next course, a couple weeks later, started, and I went into the course completely open, neutral, and not really sure of what I was going to get out of it. Although the kids had a wonderful time, I wasn't sure what I was going to get out of it. Is this really for me, I thought? I got to spend 4 whole days? That's almost 40 hours. Is it really worth it? Nonetheless, I headed out, planned my day, and set myself up to just be curious to see what shows up. And that's what I did. After the first 3 hours, I felt something inside of me whispering, "Keep going. This is great. This is what you've been looking for." So much so that by the end of the first day, I walked up to the Silva Method instructor, at that time, Dr. Laszlo Domiat. Laszlo was a medical doctor who had given up his medical practice in order to teach the Silva Method. And I was so intrigued by why somebody, a well-earning, high-status position such as a medical doctor, would give up his practice to teach a self-development course based on intuition and developing psychic abilities. And what he told me was, with the Silva Method, he can help much more people get the healing and the healthy well-being that they desire. As a physician, he said, he's only able to help one person at a time. And even then, the people that he does help, he only can see them once every couple weeks. He says, but with the Silva Method, I can teach them the tools that they need so that not only are they able to take their health and well-being into their own hands, they're also able to connect with other Silva graduates from their community or the larger community or the organizations or the case working groups who are constantly there to support each other. And by doing that, they're able to increase their skill level, make regular practice part of their daily routine, and by doing so, with regular practice, they can overcome almost anything. So excited about this, I continue to explore the course and experience it, going through every single meditation, practicing all the techniques, and following the instruction that I was given by the Silva instructor. Laszlo was such an excellent storyteller, clearly explained everything that was important to me as a student of the course, that I could not imagine anything better. By the third day of the course, I came to this realization, this insight that, oh my God, I've been a self-development junkie for the last 10 years of my life. Or I guess at that time it was probably about 20 years of my life. Since I was 16 years old, I was reading self-development books, hundreds of them, for meditation, yoga, spiritual practices, Tony Robbins, and many, many others. And what I felt by the end of the third day of the course is that everything that I had ever learned was concisely packed into this one course that was called Silva Mind Control. And this was before I even got to the place, the fourth day, where we did caseworking. And I was given the name, age, and place of residence of a certain person. And using only my psychic abilities, I was able to determine that this person's personality, that they were in a wheelchair, that they had health problems, that they had mental problems. Mentally, I mean that they had difficulty focusing, and what their true inner feelings were. And I did this all by knowing only their name, their age, and their place of residence. And never met this person before, during, or after. And with more than 85% accuracy, I was able to determine all this information. And that blew my mind. How was it that without actually knowing that information, without knowing something in the physical world about this person, or connecting with this person over the phone or something more complex or more real to me, I was able to pick up on this information? And that got me to choose and walk up to Laszlo once again on the fourth day and say, Laszlo, I want to teach this course. He looked at me and he asked me why, and I said, because this is the most comprehensive self-development program I have ever learned, I have ever been a part of. It provides so much information, a clear how-to manual, and it provides so many techniques that every single situation, every problem that I have in my life, I feel that I am now set up with the right tools and the guidebook that will help me to move from being overwhelmed or stuck to success. And I'll be able to do that with less effort and with more joy. One of the most important things that came out of that for me was that we can actually have fun. I can have fun accomplishing the things that I want. It doesn't have to be so hard as I was doing it. I don't have to get all stressed out every time I have something difficult to do or something that looks like a challenge at the time. I'm able to enjoy my life while I go through my journey. And if I do that and follow the rules, the techniques, then I'll be able to get to where I want to go with more joy, more ease. And the abundance that I want in my life began to show up every single day, more and more. I don't even know what I can compare it to, because there is nothing that I can compare it to. It is so comprehensive that for the next 5 years, after I had received my instructor's training, I had taken the course almost 10 times, and I taught the course over 50 times. And every single time I went through it, whether as a student or as an instructor, I was able to integrate something new into my life. I found new insights, I discovered new things, I went deeper inside that meaning. And today, 10 years later, I'm still in the place of learning, growing, and going deeper into what Jose Silva taught. In fact, he spent 40 years of his life researching and using the technology that he learned, that he discovered, and put it into practice. And as he continued on his journey of discovery and research, He created the most comprehensive self-development program out there.
If you would like to watch more videos like this, then please subscribe to my channel below. Once again, my name is Stephen Dobos, and you can download a free centering exercise. The information is in the description box below.